Davey, Deathray here. Hopefully I'm here. Guys, I don't know what's going on. We'll see how long I'm able to keep all of this up with this computer. Yeah, hopefully everything's good as far as like the visuals and all that stuff goes. Yeah, just having some issues here, guys, on the technical side. Thank you so very much for being patient and waiting for me. I know I'm usually 5 to 10 minutes late. This is not ideal, and trust me, I've been making all the inanimate objects in the room pay for their discretion. So anyways, guys, we are here to celebrate 40 years of David Cronenberg's The Fly. It's crazy that it's been 40 years. Pretty damn wild, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Sorry, guys, I'm getting some weird interference in my headphones and trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. Trying not to have a crash out or a meltdown due to technical issues, but yeah, we'll just see. We'll see if I crash the fuck out, won't we? It's been a while. I don't know if I ever have. Is it a crash out if you don't end the stream prematurely? Is it really a crash out? I don't know. I don't know if it counts. Anyways, guys, I revisited the film earlier today. Oh my God. David Cronenberg's The Fly is amazing. And it looks like, oh my gosh, we've already reached our super chat goal. So guys, we are going to end up watching the movie here together. That is part of it all here. So we're going to make sure we focus on celebrating the film first. I've got some notes that I took and everything. So, we'll say my piece, we can have our chatter, and then I will get everything lined up for, for the watch party side of it all. I didn't get anything. Sorry, guys. I'm a little out of it because it's been a mad dash all day, kind of a wild weekend, bouncing around and everything like that. And yeah, I didn't, with fighting with everything else that I was dealing with, I wasn't able to get the watch party ready to go just in case. So my apologies, but I'm going to say what's up to you guys and we'll get cooking here. What's happening, Aaron? Welcome on in. Aaron's got the box set. There's a box set for The Fly. What is it? The original, then this one, and then The Fly 2? I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with what's going on in my headphones. Sorry, it just sounds odd. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just jumping into the stream hours before, almost 8 hours before. 10 hours before and just telling people to watch something else. That's an interesting choice. We got Down Is Up, Mr. Jeff hanging out with us, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Jeff? Welcome on in. What's happening, Antonis, another one of our great channel members. We got Philly Loomis hanging out with us as well. How's it going, Philly? One of our brand new channel members. Welcome on in. I don't know. I found Hot Vikings. Gonna have to miss the watch party. Don't forget to hit that like button. Steph, there's always going to be times for the Hot Vikings. Holy cow, Paula Fitzhenry. Well, I already spoiled it, Paula. I know that we reached our goal, and oh my gosh, Paula is dropping 3 of these things to get it started. Joe from Media Poop Shoot with a $5 to add in as well. Oh my gosh, guys, Joe from Media Poop Shoot's only 11 subs away from 500. Can we make it happen? Can we make it happen tonight? I'm guessing a lot of you have gone over there and subbed already. But if there's a brand new person or people in the chat today, go on over there to Media Poop Shoot. Joe, you can share the link. The mods can share links, so you can drop the link if you want to. And then Paula rounds it out. Look at that. You guys are amazing. Thank you so very much. Okay, so we'll get into the watch party of it all here in a little bit. We got Lamontre Gillard hanging out. What's happening, Lamontre? And StreamYard's trying to catch up with everything. This is hilarious. What's happening, Prince? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing very, very well. And who else do we have in here? Yeah, shameless plug. Don't mind me. It's okay. You can plug yourself. It's not as shameless as that plug that was the second chat in here where I'm like, I don't even recognize that person, and they're in here to tell people to go to another channel. Very interesting. It's The Fly. It's 40th. 40th. It's even more than 30. How's it going, Jamie? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing very well. You must have seen this in the theater, I would imagine. Yes. I am doing all right, other than being super late because of technical issues. Dude, well, no, it'll be like, it's just the editing software, guys, like, takes a lot. So yeah, I need a new computer. Working on it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of things I want to do in my life that I can't just snap my fingers and make happen. I bet it was. Yeah, I've told the story here so many times of like, when my brother saw that movie and came home and told me and my mom about it. I remember like little bits of the story, the recount of it all. But yeah, I was just 4 when this one came out. I had just turned 4. Hell yeah. Paula's ready to go. Adrian, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Russell, one of our great channel members, welcome on in. Yeah, I don't think I will. To actually end a stream over it, like, I do plenty of freaking out. You guys saw some of that last night if you were in the stream. I've thought about it. I feel a lot better. Indy Navarrete being Rogue, okay. I think they could have done better for that role and still given her a role in the movie. But if she does the Southern accent, okay. I think I can picture it. I don't know. I think of Indy Navarrete as like being angular featured, and I think of Rogue as being a little more soft featured, but that's very particular, right? I'm still concerned about Adam Driver, not because of his skill level. He is amazing at what he does, but the dude is the furthest thing away from Mr. Sinister. Like, I never would have picked him in a million years. So I did have a little bit of a casting crash out. Yeah. Hot Vikings. You ladies know what the Vikings are known for doing, right? Everyone that's talking about Hot Vikings, you guys know what they are like most well known for doing. just want to make sure everyone is like fully on board there. Oh my gosh. Oh, Steph. How are the grippy socks doing? Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Joe, I have not. No, my day has been a wild one. It's just been very running around and stuff. So, okay, guys, let's go ahead and have a chat. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so sorry I'm late. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I'm usually only fashionably late, not like egregiously late like I was today, but let's have a little chat. God damn, sorry guys. I wanted to have everything set up so much better than it really is, and I guess I can just keep on apologizing, or I can just bail on the stream. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and have a chat. I wanted to have like banners and everything ready for this, but yeah. So let me just put up here. Oh, I guess it's right there. It's right there next to me. Okay, well, I'll just talk then. Fuck it. Fuck the production value. What's happening, King Matthew? Welcome on in. All right, let's see if I can salvage this stream, guys. All right, so David Cronenberg's The Fly, 1986. The 80s have these 3 awesome remakes. John Carpenter's The Thing, Chuck Russell's The Blob, and David Cronenberg's The Fly here. And the 80s were really when like the body horror thing kind of came into, I'm not going to say fashion because it wasn't really, a trendy thing, but it's sort of when it like kind of came into its own. There's definitely kind of like cosmic horror vibes and then mixed in with that body horror. And there's something like there's something about body horror to me that's so intimate, because I think body horror, like, to me, it represents the natural progression of our bodies failing us. It's something that like most people are going to experience at some point in their lives, unless they end up passing tragically and unexpectedly, right? Like if you live long enough to see it, you're gonna see your body fail you. You're gonna it's gonna start not literally decomposing, but you're just gonna notice these changes and these like pains that you feel, and it will feel like you're literally changing into something else the older you get. And I think there's something about all body horror that brings, at least for me, it brings that thought into my mind. And especially something like The Fly from 1986, because Seth Brundle's progression, his transformation from brilliant scientist to tragic creature, monster, whatever you want to call him, is very like, every time I watch this movie, I think about the natural progression of life and just like slowly falling apart, which is just something everybody on this planet, you know, has to go through, little and small. So that's a big thing for me when I think of this movie, is, you know, the body horror of it all, which is a very Cronenberg kind of thing. And, you know, I think there's something cool about jumping in and talking about a movie like The Fly in today's modern world, because we've seen a lot of going back to the practical effects. You know, body horror pops up every now and then. A couple years ago, we got The Substance, which is, you know, would be a really nice, you know, double feature with something like The Fly, right? Because, you know, it kind of takes a similar sort of transformation, you know, but dressed in completely different kind of settings and circumstances and everything like that. And I just think a movie like this hits so hard. And, you know, going back and rewatching it, like, you know, giving it a refresh in my brain, or giving my brain a refresh, and seeing how the movie just literally jumps right in. Like, is right when this movie starts, I think the first thing that, what did Jeff Goldblum say? He's like, he asked Geena Davis some sort of question. It's just some sort of like, it's almost like a mid-sentence or mid-conversation, like, boom, the movie just starts, like mid-conversation with them. Within the first like 5 minutes, you're like back at his lab. Within the first 15 minutes, you're figuring out, like, you know, where his failures are and how he's trying to like already combat them. The movie is like, it's very swiftly written, and nothing seems like you're taking these big leaps or moving too fast at the beginning. I would say one of the things that stood out to me right away is, like, you know, as a guy that's a fan of slow burns and everything, I really actually appreciate the fact that this movie just jumps right in. And I'm like, man, a lot of modern movies, even when they take time and even when they're slow, sometimes they're not giving you a lot of information. Like Evil Dead Burn is slow and it's not giving you much. Like, there's not really much motivation, not much character arc, or really like anything going on other than the very simple surface level things. But in something like The Fly, they just hit the ground running, and you feel like you're being whisked away to his lab to watch these experiments, like right along with Geena Davis. It's a really cool way to start the movie, and a pacing that they keep up in the film. I think, you know, when we talk about this movie as well, we got to talk about that original. I just saw the original a few months ago, something like that, you know, from 1958 with Vincent Price. And it's really good too. And it's very tragic. However, you know, because of limitations and everything like that, as far as effects go and all that, it's a much different kind of tale. You know, similarly to like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the original Fly is like told after the fact, like a recounting of like what had happened. And, you know, which is a cool narrative. But there's something about it where it's just like they had so many limitations. They couldn't really push it that far. And even though I think the original Fly from 1958 is a classic in its own right, it is really cool to see a movie just over or just under 30 years later come out and give it it's not even a fresh coat of paint. It's like a totally different experience. I think that's the cool thing, is the original and the remake can both exist because the remake is so much more ambitious, and rightly so, because they had the means to be that way. But it really, to me, kind of stands out above the pack, you know, this remake. The chemistry with Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis, oh my God, off the charts, right? I think they met on Earth Girls Are Easy. I think maybe they met here, and Earth Girls Are Easy is right after this one. But I know Jeff Goldblum, originally Seth Brundle was going to be played by Michael Keaton, and that didn't end up working out. I think Jeff Goldblum's a really awesome person to slide over to. He and Michael Keaton both have that kind of buggy look and everything. Jeff Goldblum, maybe even more. And then the chemistry with he and Geena Davis is just, it's magnetic. I mean, especially like you'll notice as you watch the movie, you're like, he's always like locked in on her. And there's something about that eye contact and that energy. I just want to rattle off a couple more things, guys. The Howard Shore score is incredible. The music is awesome. I mean, the special effects by, I believe it's Chris Wallace. I think I've got it right. I think I have his first name right. Let me check my notes. Yes. Yes, the Chris Wallace effects are unbelievable. There are, I mean, the way they light and shoot the effects are incredible. They make really good use of low lighting, but then they also have effects like the Inside Out baboon where they do not shy away from the light, and it looks incredible nonetheless. Really ambitious practical effects here, and practical effects that are still, stuff we could do today, and could probably even make it look, as long as you have as talented of people behind making it. I think the means are there to at least match this level or even surpass this kind of level. And each like stage of the transformation that Seth goes through as he turns into full Brundlefly is, I don't know, it's just amazing to watch that transformation go through. And I think one thing about Cronenberg's movies that he brings is just this weird sort of sexual, visceral energy. Again, that kind of cosmic horror aspect as well, bringing in the science fiction aspect here with with everything that Seth is doing. And yeah, this is just Cronenberg at his finest. I know that he's got films that are probably like, well, not probably, I know he has films that are a bit more on the arty side and all that kind of stuff, but I think this is a really good, this is a great movie that's accessible to the mainstream and still weird and perfectly suited for us horror fans. And then one other piece of trivia, sometimes it gets glazed over or kind of missed. Mel Brooks produced this movie. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's a cool little piece of trivia. It shows that even though Mel is a comedy guy, he can see that, hey, this thing is probably going to make a lot of money. Like, I believe in this, or I believe in David Cronenberg. So I think that's a cool little footnote here. And I think one of the reasons why, or the biggest reason why The Fly endures, just like The Thing and just like The Blob, it's those practical effects. It's the effects. Yes, we love the story and we love all that kind of other stuff. But guys, think about it. If the effects don't work, do these movies really work? Those 3 remakes. If the effects are lackluster, do we talk about them as glowingly as we do, in 2026? And I think when you go back and you look at these films, you see these practical effects and you think to yourself, how come I'm not seeing this in very many movies? I mean, there are movies that take, or make good use of practical effects, but you see how ambitious they were 40 years ago, and you kind of ask yourself, have we really made 40 years worth of progress in practical effects? And I don't know if we have. And so I think that's, people are always, there are these touchstones in filmdom and in horrordom that we're going to look back on, and movies like The Fly, we look back on as it's just the blueprint for a sci-fi horror movie with amazing practical effects. And it's always going to be a movie just like The Thing. You like Rob Bottin, Chris Wallace, Rick Baker, Stan Winston, when any of those guys are involved, you can look back at those movies and you can see that those are the reasons why there's still people shouting from the mountaintops that they don't want CG, that they want practical only, because we see that 40-ish years later, these movies still look as good as they do. So I think that's the biggest part of the legacy. And then, I guess other parts of the legacy would be that, yeah, you got a sequel with Eric Stoltz. Never seen it. Let me know in the chat if it's something I should check out. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this after the fact, if it's something I should check out. I've heard really good things. But yeah, I'm just going to jump on over to the chat, kind of see what you guys are saying, and then we can jump on over to watching the movie together, get a little watch party going. So yeah, let me see what you guys are saying here. Sorry, I was just staring at my notes. So hopefully my microphone wasn't muted or anything. Let's see here. I think I am behind just a little bit. Just a little bit. We forgive you for your lack of banners. Thanks. Jamie, really, it's just like when things start piling up. I think that's what it is. And I'm just like, I put a lot of pressure on myself. But thank you. Thank you for letting me, reminding me to take a breath. Just take a breath. Oh my gosh, yes. Help me. We got Jiggy jumping on in, says, you're not late, you're just early for tomorrow, with a $5 super chat. Thank you so very much, Jiggy. Appreciate ya. Little Jigsaw, one of our great channel members. When it comes to remakes, The Fly is definitely one of the best. I mean, how do you even pick between those three from the 80s. It's just sort of like a mood, right? I mean, like, how else do you pick? You know, I just don't know how I'm supposed to, you know. I love all three of them so damn much. Let's see what else we got here. You're simply the best. I see flies all the time. Oh, wait. Love Earth Girls Are Easy. Saw that in the theater. It's been so long since I watched it. But yeah, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's wild. It is turned into, yes. Yeah, the goal was, hey, if you want it to be a watch party, and I only gave 30 minutes because I was like, at that point, we need to know, at 30 minutes in, we need to know if we're going to be doing it as a watch party or not. What's happening, Aaron? Welcome on in, man. Hope you're doing very well. What's sad is a lot of times movies nowadays will still do cool practical items, and then they use it as a reference to cover up with CG. Yeah, I mean, they did that with The Thing, like, prequel. I hate calling it a prequel because it follows the exact same beats as the original. They just technically put it before in the timeline, but The Thing prequel is essentially a remake, and it's not. Yeah, I mean, they covered up everything with CG in that one, which is a damn shame. I mean, I'm totally cool with using. I think mixing the two is a good idea. You know, I think there's got to be a good blend and capture everything in the camera that you can. And then just give it a little help it along with the computers, right? Just like everything else, right? The audio goes through a digital process. Everything they shoot goes through a digital process. There are very few filmmakers that have the gravitas and can afford to shoot on film, right? So the digital stuff, it's so funny, like, you know, just when you see or hear people talking about the digital stuff, is they'll critique like one part of it and then totally lose the fact that, like, you know, most things are done digitally now. Even the things that are captured in camera are then augmented digitally. Happens all the time. What song am I supposed to sing that to? I just want the fly. Put your vomit on me, baby. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Okay. Sugar Ray. Gotcha. Now that I say it, I can understand it. Yes. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I do like Eric Stoltz. I think he is. I think Eric Stoltz is a lot better than like his. I think he deserved a little bit better of a career. Not that it was terrible or anything. I'm sure he's, you know, happy with a lot of the work that he put out there. But man, I dig him quite a bit. Quite a bit. The flies got you where oh my gosh. Got you where I want you. Dr. Leo Marvin's book Baby Steps changed my life. My buddy Bob Wiley recommended it to me. What's happening, G? Welcome on in. Dr. Marvin, Dr. Leo Marvin. Oh, thank you. And now everyone's doing songs, and I don't know I don't know the reference. Are we talking about The Fly with Jeff Goldblum? Yes. Yes, Antonis. Yeah, that's the one, the 40th anniversary celebration. You guys want to know why I was like as late as I was? Because I opened up DaVinci because I make backgrounds. You guys notice every stream, or most streams, have some sort of background that's all dressed up over here. And the file that I had for the background, I had it all set, ready to go, went to make the background, and there was some sort of blip. And then every time I opened up that project file, it was like blank. And so I had to basically recreate the whole thing. And it's usually really quick for me because I just have to swap out a couple things. Yeah. So that's why I was extremely late. This movie is a very classic horror movie. It is a body horror movie. Those two things are absolutely true, Slasher Fred. Welcome on in. Never hear of insect politics, and neither have I. They're very simple politics, right? It's like an insect is like, I'm born, I gotta go eat and fuck, and then I'm gonna go die. It's a very simple political, you know, spectrum there. Baby Step on the Bus. Oh yeah, it was the Disturbing Behavior song, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't even remember who sings that. I have no idea. No idea. Miss Tia Nina, one of our great channel members, is hanging out. What's happening, Tia? Welcome on in. This movie was among with the Elephant Man and Mel Brooks had worked on. He requested not to have his name in the credits so that people wouldn't think it was a comedy. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, worked on. I don't know if that is accurate. I mean, Brooks Films produced the film, so it sounds like Mel, put money into it. But I don't think Mel was involved with the creative process as far as like writing or anything like that. So, I mean, it's understandable, right? If it's just his production company. And it's so funny, like you start the movie, the very first thing that pops up, Brooks Films presents, and I'm like, how many people, like, no one would ever assume that was Mel Brooks, because of the comedy, right? So you would see that and never think it. Add shopping to that, and I am a happy camper. Shopping to, I must have missed something. Tia, sorry. In the opening of the movie, it feels like a POV shot of a fly. Yeah, it's like a camera looking at the party and everything. I guess that could be true. That could be true. Yeah. Should we spoil it? We're gonna watch it here in a minute, Antonis. Oh, eating and fucking. Oh, gotcha. Add that to the. Man, if you could do both at the same time. Anyone ever done that? I mean, just candy. I had to. I was like, I need to know what it's like to eat candy while also enjoying this other sweet part of life. G dropping a $5 Canadian super chat for the Pewter Fund. Thank you so very much. It's the Pewter Foundation. Yes. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you, man. I don't know why guys singing like that is just fun. Oh, I'm just gonna turn the whole stream into this now. Okay, enough of that, guys. Sorry. If you want more of that, you have to drop a $10 super chat. What makes this movie so very interesting is that it came out during the time when the AIDS crisis was happening and people were starting to understand it was no longer just a virus. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with this, but that certainly was happening in 1986. Certainly was. Yeah, affecting all sorts of people, right? Let's see here. I think I've said hello to everyone. Aaron is back. I think Aaron, what's in your box set? I saw the very first chat from earlier this morning. I'm curious to know what's in that box set. Is it like the original, the Cronenberg one, and then the sequel to the Cronenberg? Is there another one I'm missing? Was there a movie called like Son of the Fly, like back in the 50s or 60s? They must have done a sequel to the original Fly, right? They had to have. Sure. No, totally. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like it was some sort of sour, like it was like, trolley bright crawlers or something like that is what I was having. It didn't occur to me until it was already mid everything. And I was like, oh, that's like on the nightstand. It would be kind of cool to just like reach over and something like that. The 86 Fly, by the way, welcome on in, Crime Scene. Didn't even say what's up to you. One of our channel members here says the 86 Fly is a perfect example of how to do a remake. One of the reasons it's superior to the original is the technological advances that came in between and the way they modified the story. Yeah, to tell it just as a straight narrative instead of a, recounting of everything. And yeah, they're still able to get all those tragic elements. To me, it is like, it's the perfect tragedy kind of horror film, and not every horror film has this kind of vibe, which I think also helps it stand out, right? Like there are those similarities with the 3 remakes from the 80s as far as changing the storyline, making it a little more exciting, but also bringing the technological advances in the effects like you're talking about here. And then also I think The Fly stands out even more because it's the only one that is like a personal tragedy story. I mean, of course there's tragedy in all 3 movies, but this one is this like heartbreaking classic like Greek tragedy, this guy that like fully well-meaning person accidentally turning themselves into a monster and struggling to come to grips with that, but then ultimately realizing what's best. And it is it is heartbreaking. Like, honestly, I don't, at the end of this movie, there's a moment that is just like, it's super touching. And if you spoke it out loud and described what's going on, it might not sound as touching as the moment actually is when it's caught on film. And it's something that every time I watch the movie, it affects me every single time. And there's just something so human, about this movie. And that moment happens when he really is 100% Brundlefly, is the moment where he, for that single moment in time, is able to regain his humanity, to ultimately do what's right for everyone else in the situation. It is heartbreaking. Sorry, I know my energy level is like, it's only dipping because there's just a somber nature to this film and to the ending of the film. And yeah, I mean, it's like I'm falling more in love with the movie as we're talking about it, or as I'm talking about it here. So Return of the Fly. Thank you so much, Russell. Brian Claudio, what's happening, Brian? Welcome on in. I just don't think there really isn't a reason, right? They would really have to change the plot. Like, you couldn't just remake this version. You would have to really do something. And it seems like we've sort of, the Substance kind of like did a similar thing, but with a new, story around it and everything. And then we've seen stuff like, obviously, Spider-Man rebooted multiple times, which is like kind of like not too far from the car. But, you can never put it past them. Right, Brian? There's no reason to, but you'd never put it past him. Fly, Return of the Fly, Curse of the Fly, and Goldblum and Stoltz. Okay. I have not seen Return of the Fly or The Curse of the Fly. Why didn't they call The Fly 2 Son of the Fly? Wouldn't that have been kind of cool? It would have harkened back to the 50s, 60s era. It's kind of got that feel. Maybe they didn't want to name it Son of the Fly because they thought it was too much old school. I don't know. The Fly 2 is like, it's fine, but it's also like, okay, well, The Fly 2. What does that even mean? See here, we got, oh yeah, Baxter Stockman is very much inspired by The Fly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so earlier on Crime Scene, like, I kind of went through my list of like all the things. Yeah, the Howard Shore music is absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh. It really, like, it's been a couple years since I've watched the movie, so I'm happy that I revisited the film before this stream, because it sort of brings up stuff that like maybe didn't stand out the last time, or maybe just wasn't as prominent in my memory. And I mean, Howard Shore has done so much great music in so many movies, but yes, the score here is fantastic. I'll also say, as far as the effects go, the practical effects are great. Everything they did with like the computers, because it looks like some of that is just like very early digital effects, and it just looks legit because, it only had to look like a computer screen from 1986. But all of that stuff that they do, all the diagnostics and all the computer, like, I love how all that plays. And to me, that still works. I know it looks old school and everything like that, but it's still, like, to me, it looks great. And I'm well aware that the movie was made in 1986, so I understand that they're not trying to predict what our, it's not a movie that takes place in the future and they're trying to predict what our computers look like. Like in Alien, they're like, hey, this is like this is 2200 or whatever, but then the computers look like 70s computers. It's a little, that's something that, like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't bug me in Alien, but it's something that, like, is something I think about, where I'm like, well, why would the computers be like 1970s in our world when they're actually in the 2020s or wherever? Something like that, right? 2020s in Alien? I don't know. But yeah, the Howard Shore music, awesome. Hopefully he's not one of these guys that has a team of writers and then steals their shit. Son of a fly. What the fuck? Son of a fly. God damn it. You sick son of a fly. Well, that's the original. Yes, that's the original. It is a pretty, the original is like freaky deaky in its own way, but nothing is as tragic as the ending of the original. There might be, so every like half hour, I don't know, there might be some ads, guys. What's happening, Lito? Welcome on in. Ooh, you're at an outdoor screening of Poltergeist? Well, I'd rather be there than anywhere else. Yeah, just wanted to say hi and have fun. Thank you so much, man. Have a great time watching, man, one of the great 80s horror films there, Poltergeist from 1982. At least I'm hoping that that's the version. You know, God forbid they pull the rug out from under you and make you watch that other one. Let's see what else we got here. Coolest part of the sequel is you get to see unused footage of Goldblum doing the interviews on Ronnie's tapes. That's pretty cool. I do like that is a really cool aspect I like, you know, just sort of getting in his head. They form a relationship really quick, but it's kind of believable when you think about the ages that they're at and how ambitious they are in their careers, that they would just sort of gravitate to each other really, really quick. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one, Antonis. I think the Thing probably has more practical effects, so maybe the Thing wins because there's more going on. But as far as like quality, I think they're both there as neck and neck with the quality, you know. I've never seen the remake. It just never, like, I'm sort of like, why? Like, why would I watch the remake? If it really is just a remake, like, why would I do that instead of watch the original? You know, that is the thing. When you live near an event space, right? Here's what they should do, Jamie. Or maybe this is what you could do and just give it a shot. Just put on a little something, then just walk in there and be like, yeah, I just figured since you're blowing my ears off like in my house, I'm just gonna invite myself to the party. Huh? Or they could come and extend it, like, here you go, guys. Here's an RSVP. Here's an RSVP. Yeah. I even think the second Poltergeist is pretty good too. I do. I like the second one. Okay, guys, are you ready to watch David Cronenberg's The Fly? Because we reached our super chat goal in a half hour. You guys are amazing. Because we reached the super chat goal, we're going to turn this into a watch party. So I've got to pull all this up, and I'm going to do my best to play producer and play host for you guys. The Fly, 1986 streaming. Oh, here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Am I sailing the seven seas? I mean, I have it on the Blu-ray right behind me, but that's not going to help for our purposes here this evening. So let me just roll her old bones down here, and we'll make sure she gets out of class. Okay. I think this is the one I want. No, it's not. Did you guys watch my short review of End of Oak Street? If not, you should. You definitely should. Man, The Fly 2, they just do, it's like the same cover. They just put a little boy in front. It's amazing. It's amazing the way they do that. It was the cheapest poster they could have ever made. All right. I'm going to get this lined up. I got to grab the timer. Pull this out of here. Sorry, guys. What I like doing is talking to you guys as I do things, and I like to narrate my own actions because it makes me feel like I'm not just leaving dead air. You know what I mean? It's just all for me. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I think I've got it all set to where we can do this. And boom, we've got our timer up there. How about that? All right. Now let me grab the movie. Okay. There we go. I'm excited, guys. I know I just watched it, but you guys know me. I'm going to sit here and talk through the whole thing anyways as we get going. Okay. Who's watching with me? Who is watching with me? It looks like you can watch it on Plex, Tia. I'm going to drop the link. Should just take you right to Plex, okay? So I'm going to drop it and pin it. Watch The Fly here. Boom. There we go. Let me pin that. Oh, and I need to remember to get your guys' chats up on the screen. So all you folks that are watching after the fact, you'll be able to see what the folks are saying in the chat real time, not 15 minutes later when I end up seeing it. You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, who is going to be watching along? Let me know in the chat. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy rolling. I'm going to cut the music here. There we go. The music has officially been cut. Yes, yes, y'all. All right, guys. This is David Cronenberg's The Fly from 1986. Guys, here's another thing that this movie gets right. 1 hour, 35 minutes. Wow. If they made The Fly today, guarantee it'd be 2 hours, 15 minutes at least. They'd be like, fuck it, we need 40 more minutes on this movie. Like, we just have to do it, and we have to extrapolate and make things like just drag things out and whatever. You know what I mean? It's just nice, tight hour and 35 minutes. And the cool thing is the movie doesn't feel short or anything. It feels like the right length for the film. You know, that's you just got to listen to the piece. What does the piece tell you it needs? And listen to the piece. All right, guys, we're going to get this one going here. We're going to start. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play. I'm going to push play on play. So here we go, guys. David Cronenberg's The Fly from 1986. Thank you so very much to everyone that helped make that super chat goal happen. That's why we're watching the film now. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, there we go. Got that timer running again. Okay, perfect. Right away with the brass. The brass and the strings right away. Just really cool from Howard Shore to sort of started out like that late 1950s, 60s feel with the music, you know. Pretty awesome. You know, can't forget the blue. That's why it works the blue and the color scheme here. But yeah, Slasher Fred, I see what you're saying about that this is like the POV of a fly, which I never really, honestly, that never really occurred to me. I feel like kind of a dum-dum now that I never even thought of that. John gets his arm melted off with acid barf. Yeah, man. The tension in the music is so beautiful here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Come on, StreamYard. StreamYard hates me when I try to. Oh, the technical issues, they just break my heart, guys. Okay, yeah. Screenplay by Charles Edward Pogue and David Cronenberg. I mean, honestly, like the event space should sort of have a deal where it's like, hey, just let you guys hang out. Yeah, it could be fun. Like, you know, shut your brain off. You should have an okay time. Yeah, the movie just starts out with him just going, "What am I working on?" So it's just his response to her asking. It's a great way to start a movie. Hey, what's happening, Austin? One of our great channel members. It's been busy and kind of hectic, man. But good. I love this whole thing about the cappuccino because in 86, to be able to do like espresso at home, first off, espresso, I don't think it was as like in chic and all that stuff. So it was a little fancy. I mean, it's still like if you got a badass like real industrial machine, of course it's still badass. But in '86, that was like, oh. You know, I don't know if they did a reissue. I've got like a very early Blu-ray release, Jamie, and it has a little bit of an odd look sometimes. It's got a little bit of that like video kind of look to it. It's like the transfer is mostly good, but could use some work. Aaron. Well, I'm honestly like Adam Driver in a Fly movie. Okay. but we don't need it. Love his cockiness. Seth Brundle in this movie. Yeah, I mean, I get, yeah, as a scientist, you got to be a little, he's definitely got that confidence, right? And we learn later on, like, even though he's, once Geena Davis's character is like, well, I'm going to tell the whole world. And he's like, oh shit. Like, he's like, I'm sorry. Like, I really wanted to talk about this to someone and it's not quite ready to share with everyone. So it's like his cockiness sort of gets the best of him there. Yeah, and Geena Davis, I mean, talk about confidence, just like looking at her. She, you know, as a performer, very confident. Also, the character that she's playing here is very like, okay, like impress me. And I like that. Like, I think that says something about her ambition as a professional, and that she really is looking for the best possible story here. She's not looking to fuck around. Goldblum's so good at piano. It's one of watching somebody play either the piano or the drums freely is such a fun, liberating thing to behold. I did, yeah. Or somebody mentioned it like a week ago or so, I think, during one of the horror news streams. Acid Barf is going to be the name of my new crust fun project. I'll be sure to credit you. Yeah, let me lay a vocal down, you know. Let me just lay a guest vocal down on a track. I'll make sure it's really filthy. I've only seen Ghost like one time when I was a kid and never revisited it. Hello. I get the reference, Aaron. That's a good reference. What do you guys think about the pods here? I love the whole look. Like, I get it. The computers are really big and everything like that. I think the teleportation pods are such a cool design. They could have made them look like anything that would just fit the body, right? They do this really cool, like, honeycomb kind of thing. I don't know. In 86, if you had an espresso machine, you were living pretty darn good. Yeah. I mean, he basically uses it as a way to get her out. He's like, hey, we don't have to go to a fancy restaurant or bar for espresso. Like, I'll make you, cat. Like, oh, come on over. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Can't forget that. I think this is where they met. I think this was the movie. Let me check the IMDb because it was either this or Earth Girls Are Easy. But I think Earth Girls Are Easy was maybe the year after this. Gotta love him. Just, I mean, you know, 88 is Earth Girls Are Easy. So this is where they met. And he is just as mesmerized with, you know, a stalking from a lady as any, you know, guy like that should be, right? I love these pods. They're super cool. Super badass. Love the light in the bottom. Just the whole design's really awesome. The whole production here. Love the computer built into the console. And yeah, all this stuff, guys, all the digital this was all done on, you know, just built on a computer as CG, basically, you know, like early computer graphics back then. It's not like they actually did that on a computer, right? Or at least to me, it doesn't look it, because when they show those close-ups, they are so clean, no scan lines, no nothing. The black is the blackest of blacks. And yeah, it's crazy with them meeting on this movie. If Michael Keaton stays on board and does the movie, it changes everything, right? Because, you know, I know I know they're not together anymore. At least I think they've been broken up for quite some time, but, you know, they were together for a good while. I love your body, Larry. Yeah, she's really good in Fletch too. She's barely in it, but very good. And I think she's very lovely. Hubby has known the owner of the event space his whole life. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. Well, and it's also like, sometimes it's just better to not create those waves, right? Everyone's got to make a living. And any people have a tough enough time with personal criticism as it is, or any criticism as it is, Jamie. And then if that criticism is about like how they make their bucks, yeah, designer phone booths. I was thinking too. I'm like, you could make a porta potty joke too, right? It's like a European paid bathroom. Ooh, are they? Huh? Maybe they are. Has just been reported. They his the way he does the whole cadence and everything of Jeff Goldblum is great. Change the world as we know it. Fly larvae. I don't know if I should be looking this up. Yeah, I mean it matches the shape. Like, yeah, I can see what they're saying. Yeah, like, I mean, it goes through multiple stages, but yeah, I can see that similarity for sure. But yeah, it's definitely got like an egg-ish shape, right? And I love his apartment / lab. I'm a big fan. I also love this, him explaining everything. It's really quick, awesome exposition. They've set it up perfectly with her being a writer, him basically just saying like, hey, I'm not like the genius. I just am the one with the idea, and I'm paying all these people to like help me put it all together. Oh, they're in Transylvania 65000. Okay. With the TR, I was like, wait, what is that? I was like, is that the name of a new Terminator I don't know about? Yeah, Transylvania 65000 is actually pretty funny. I've only seen it once, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. And okay, that must have been before this. Okay, before both. Thank you, Crime Scene. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah. Well, here we are, guys. How far are we into it? 11 minutes. Is that what this says? Sorry, I got like, 11 and a half minutes into the movie, right? And we're already so far, like, we already know what he's doing with his project, how much responsibility he has up for it, what his ambition is, what her ambition is, that she wants to tell the story and he doesn't want her to yet. Here we are 12 minutes in, and we've already got like all of the sort of buildup, or not the exposition as far as he goes, as being a scientist. Check out that cassette player. I bet it is. I mean, they have those out here, out in the fields and stuff like that in the Phoenix area, and they're gorgeous. This guy, it's easy to want to hate this character. I think a lot of people talk shit. He is very, gosh, what's the word? He is obnoxious. He is smarmy. He definitely feels some level of ownership. You can tell that they've previously been in a relationship and it didn't work out, but he still thinks that that's kind of inevitable, is sort of the vibe I get from the way he treats Veronica here. And yeah, Stathis Borans, John Getz. Okay. But I think, as the movie goes on, even though he's just like he's like a real he seems like a real person to me. He is a little bit of a slime ball, but when push comes to shove, he really is just looking after her well-being. It gets to the point where he gets truly concerned, and he ends up paying a pretty big price by losing his leg and his arm, right? And he didn't do all that just to get a little action, right? It was like there's some good in this guy. He's just a more complicated character than our two mains, I would say. I would say our two mains are actually pretty simple characters, and that's totally fine. The magic word. I was like, is he gonna say please? Because it's been a couple years since I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, cheeseburger. That's great. I hope you're doing well or doing better now, Austin. Yeah, it never occurred to me either. Yeah, we get to see even more of it later on. It's pretty cool. I love this bit too, where he's just basically appealing to her to not tell the story yet because it's gonna screw the pooch. How to lose a guy in 30 seconds. Talk about your roster. Um, I never have. No, I've just done Halloween makeup. Yeah, never done anything like that. Well, to be fair to Jeff, he's just reading the stuff that somebody else wrote. See. I've never seen "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead." I know. Don't hate me. Never seen it. But yeah, I like him here. Like, you're supposed to not like the character for most of the time, but he ends up doing the heroic thing, or at least trying his damn best. Here, we're gonna get a little bit more of that backstory with Veronica and Stathis here. Stathis is a wild first name. This is a really cool the lighting here where you can sort of see like it's not like dusty air or anything like that, but you can just sort of see like the gosh, what's the word? The oh my gosh, why can't I think of the word? It's not dissipation, it's the way the light is sort of going through the air there. God damn, why can't I think of that word? It's been a day, y'all. It's been a day. I don't know. I guess I just had a terrible childhood. And here he is just in the shower in her place. She's pissed. So clear this kind of tells us all we need to know is that at some point he had access. Now he's overstepping and being a little too flippant here with his access. It's like she's clearly annoyed. He's being playful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to defend everything the guy does because he is kind of an ass. But he comes through in the end. And she loves brown here. There's some beige ass shit going on. Well, Tia, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of ladies don't mind if a guy is a little bit on that sort of like kind of side. Yeah. I mean, you can tell that they've known each other for years. Like, yeah, they work together, right? And they did have that some sort of relationship. But I love that line there that she drops on him. Are you getting out or am I? He's got a great 80s beard. I don't like my hair just like naturally doesn't really like my facial hair doesn't. Some guys just the beard is just this all encompassing. It just swallows every little bit of your face. I mean, I'm sure this stuff could grow in time. It would take a long ass time though. My computer's basically like this one. It's just as old. It's only like 4 years old, maybe 5. Here we go. We're gonna try with the baboon. See if it'll work. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, I need to see that movie. Need to see it for myself. I've watched people cover it on YouTube and everything like that, but I've never seen it myself. Music is great here from Howard Shore. Just this like hopeful, then going into the tragic. And it is, man, it's sad. Like I get all bummed out, even though I know it's an effect. It's like this is a really good effect on the inside out baboon. And again, brightly lit, like lit as fuck. And just amazing work. It doesn't make any sense to me that the thing could even be alive if it got turned inside out. Like it seems like that would be an insta kill. But still, it's a better effect if it's squirming around and making noise. I love this. Before YouTube, there was setting up a giant camcorder. And she's very like she's very she's like a good assistant here. She's like a therapist, like working him through everything, asking him the whys, making him just answer the simple things. What's happening, Blu-ray Addict? How are you doing, man? Welcome on in. You got to learn something about that damn flesh. You need a breakthrough, Seth. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, Seth. Man, she looks good. You guys talking Cinema Sins? Yeah. It's fun. Cinema Sins is cool. Yeah, man. The writing in the film is so damn good as he descends into that, just turning into that creature more and more. Yeah. It's very sharply written. What's happening, Gory Tiger? Welcome on in. Gory Tiger. Yeah, and it is kind of like how big everything was just to house the mechanisms and everything. There's something kind of cool about like, hey, this record player is also a piece of furniture. Like it just has to be. We had to put the speakers in there. Like I kind of like that there's those mid-century modern like they're these huge almost like dressers, but they're sort of like you have a bar in the middle, you got the speakers on the side and the record player, and it's like this whole all-in-one, truly an entertainment center. You must be old, Austin. That's pretty recent, really. And you could still check almanacs and go to the library, and technically the internet was around in the '80s. If you went to a library, you could probably hop on a text-only internet thing and see what's what. But yeah, it was a lot easier just to be anecdotal with everything and have people buy it. Second favorite Cronenberg movie for Blu-ray Addict. Favorite is History of Violence. That's a very different kind of Cronenberg movie, huh? I love his like body horror, like '80s era, like Videodrome. I thought was really damn good as well. Scanners. I love Scanners. Yeah, I've not seen a David Cronenberg movie that I dislike or that I don't like. I think everyone I've seen of his is like a 4 star at least for me. I haven't seen everything though. He was, yes. Having do you wait, sorry, Tia. Seth was doing that before Jobs and Zuckerberg. Oh, talking about The politics of insects, warning people. Favorite scene is the arm wrestling one with Canadian boxer George Chuvalo. All right. George Chuvalo. Yeah, I never knew who that was. I just figured it was like some stunt guy or just some burly dude that someone knew. Uh-oh, history of violence mentioned, cheerleader fixation activated. I know. History of violence gets mentioned, and then everyone's mind goes to the gutter and starts, everyone's naughty bit starts swelling up and tingling. All right. Tastes good. It could use some finesse. That's great. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. The whole idea of those things just being like built-ins. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he gets fucked the fuck up. Oh, those are 3 good ones there. This is a great bit here. The poetry of the steak. The the script is amazing. And he's just got this little swagger, his little hip swing. Yeah. She's like, "No, no, I'll eat the one that's the non-baboon steak." Yes. Yes. Yeah. She's in love. She's gonna get pregnant from the fly. Brundlefly baby daddy. Man, he lives in a just a run-down area. John Carver's den is like just down the way. Man, very ominous music for this guy. Like, yeah, I know that he's not supposed to be the best dude. One thing that they would put into this movie if they remade it and they wanted to make it 2 hours and 15 minutes long is they would put in competing scientists that are trying to either steal from Seth Brundle or fuck his shit up. He does look a bit crazy here. Damn. So he was out there all night. Yeah, he's overstepping some bounds here. Yeah, he's definitely overstepped. Like at the beginning of the movie, it's not as bad, and he redeems himself later. He definitely crosses the line. Now let me see your hip swing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that he didn't sleep in the car, I'd imagine. Yeah, it seems like they've been broken up for they never really say, right? But the fact that she's like surprised that he's at the apartment and stuff, it seems like they've been broken up for, I don't know, at least like a month. It seems like it's been a decent passage of time. All right, come on, baboon. Interesting. Yeah, Michael Keaton was set to be in the movie and that fell apart. Yeah, he looks like he spent the night like sleeping on the street. He's like, "Oh, I followed you." Oh, sweet little moment. Does anyone, you guys know anything about baboons? How are they? Like when they become adults, are they still friendly? Or is it pretty dangerous like most primates? I think he's buttoned all the way up. Buttoned all the way up. Like a psycho. Oh my gosh. How long have they been together? You know? She already wants to go on a vacation. He's like, I don't make any money, right? I'm a scientist. I haven't had my breakthrough yet. That's one thing they never address in this movie is does he just have money in the bank, like from family? Because it doesn't seem like he's doing anything that's like applied that would make him money on the daily. Ooh, very romantic Chinese food dinner. The pleated pants kind of crack me up. So he's wearing different clothes now. She's convinced him, or she bought him a whole wardrobe there when she was out. Oh, they're gonna have particles. Gonna be. He's gonna blow the cover on the story as revenge. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can kind of, yeah. It's interesting what people do. It's interesting what exes do in certain situations. Doesn't she? So she doesn't really work for him, work for Particle technically. What, does she just freelance and just contributes to the magazine, I guess? I suppose it can be. To me, Aaron, like, because I see a lot of guys in the sports world do it. Like they'll, these guys. To me, it's like, hi, I take everything too seriously and I can't let loose. And then I find it particularly troubling when it's like a shaved head and buttoned up all the way. Then I start feeling like I'm around some sort of dangerous militants. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I've been sitting here doing coke with the guy from Die Hard all fucking night, and I'm gonna railroad Seth Brundle's entire career. Blah, blah, blah. Right? He's like, it was a bargaining chip. He did that just to get her to the office, See? It's exactly what it is. He's basically like, you know, I just wanted you to come here and include me and let me play ball. Okay, that's a sweet moment. He can't. What about sex? I'm not saying love or affection, just stress relieving sex. You and me. God damn. She takes it pretty well. It's like yeah, it's an interesting dynamic they have, you know? Oh, he's getting trashed. He's having like it's Seinfeld, the one man show. That's what but he's got the baboon. Yeah. But it's very like Seinfeldian. I mean, obviously pre Seinfeld, you know. Dude, baboons have like very intimidating teeth. Oh, there's that fucking fly. I have not seen Pacific Heights, Jamie. He is direct and to the point. And he doesn't apologize for the day before, but it's you know, he is just like, yeah, he doesn't want to lose her in whatever capacity that means. They must be expensive, right? The baboons. I would imagine they're pretty spendy. He's just ripping up the oh jeez. The baboon sees all, right? This is beautifully shot. That's a great shot there. Goldblum just staring at one fixed point and then up to the fly. Really, really cool stuff. Very simple but effective. Or as Gordon Ramsay would say, simple, rich, rustic. Yes. Hey there, Booney. Yep. Yeah, I'm just crouched down in a way that doesn't show my junk. Oh, gotcha. I just totally missed that. Yeah. Okay. So he's sitting on some cash from something from another project. Yeah, Multiplicity is pretty damn funny. He shows a lot of good range there. You want to get nuts? Get these nuts. You know, and this guy Jack, he's a real bad guy. Hurt a lot of people. Okay. He's like, is it live or is it Memorex? That's amazing. That must be straight from a commercial, like that catchphrase. Oh, teleportation successful. Oh, but he's two subjects. We're not going to see that now. Yeah, I'm curious to know. Like, I know that of course they would be capable of that. Is that their inclination? Are they relatively tame? If you like, could you have a baboon as a pet and it's not going to want to eat your face off or rip your junk off? Worst skater. I don't think I've ever seen touch and go. I don't think I have. I don't think I've even heard of it. But let me get Pacific Heights on my list, Jamie, while we're talking about it here. I'm gonna add it to my letterbox, guys. I'm woefully behind on my quest to watch 365 movies this year. This year threw a lot of stuff at me that I did not see coming. Guess that's life, huh? Pacific Heights. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to add that here. Oh, nice. Melanie Griffith, Matt Modine. He's really good. Laurie Metcalf. Dan Hedaya. Love me some Dan Hedaya. All right. It's on the watch list. The lighting here is so cool. Like literally cool blue. Such an awesome look there. Is it diffusing? Yeah, the light diffusing. That's the look that I'm talking about in the background with like the kind of misty look, the diffusion. He was teaching in college and oh my gosh, this just happens all the time, doesn't it? Mandrill baboons are the biggest. Oh, they're the ones with the colored faces and everything? I taped it, I live streamed it. I'm gonna live stream my transformation. But see, he's even got the it's a cool way that they do the lighting there where she looks like warm and alive, and then he's got this cold, straight to the naughtiness approach. But they're both smooching with open eyes. I find it a little off-putting there. Kind of odd there. The fly in my headphones is doing some really great gymnastics. She did. I mean, it sounds like they were together, but yes. Um, it happens, Paula. Yeah, it happens. I mean, men like younger women a lot of the times, and women like established, you know, secure men most of the times. So, yeah, the age gap explained right there. Very, very simple. Simple, fresh, rustic. Music is so playful, but so curious and mysterious here. Um, Cronenberg does a really good job, like tastefully shooting this stuff to still give sort of tease a little bit of that nudity without it becoming exploitative at all. Um, and usually for him, he would just go ahead and show you the fucking, a lot of the times. So it's very like I would say that in a lot of ways, this is, he's showing Cronenberg shows some reservation here, and it's actually really cool because he'd be so wild with a lot of his ideas so much of the time that it's kind of cool seeing him put together something that is a little more crafted almost for the mainstream. The mirrored shots of them sitting down there, that was pretty cool. And he's just like, I'm gonna be a gymnast now. And clearly this isn't, I don't think this is Jeff Goldblum. But yeah, he should, as a scientist at this point, there should be part of his brain that's like, this isn't the way it should have, like, I shouldn't feel this way, right? He should know that something is different and that it's not, that teleportation alone wouldn't give you some sort of superpower. So he should know that there's like the analytical scientific part of his body his brain would want to jump into all the stats and all the information and the data from the teleportation, right? And that's ultimately where he finds out. But yeah, Goldblum's in incredible shape here. I mean, I know that's not him right there, but he's still got ripped as all get out. Yeah. Blu-ray, it's good. I've only seen the first one. Sorry, I see you put trilogy here. I've only seen the first one, but it's good. There are 5 great apes and we are one. Apparently we are. We're pretty great. We are pretty great. I love he does he have no idea she's been watching? It's like a cat when they see that you've been watching them. They're, so wouldn't he be like, how would I know how to do that? How would I know how to be an Olympic gymnast like hours after this experiment? I don't know. But I guess you could say you can explain it away in the plot by saying that the the fact that the DNA is mixed with the fly DNA is clouding his judgment and not allowing him to really think of it like as what it truly is. He just only sees the benefits. He doesn't think that maybe the benefits could come from a dark place, or that it could have been in, um, not I guess, a malfunction of the experiment, you know? I don't want to be the kind hesitating time. Jigsaw, last night I went live really, really late. It was like 1 AM Eastern when I went live, and Duncan the cat made an appearance, and I just, like, made up this song out of nowhere. Um, you should check it out. I'd like to know what you think. Now he's like a junkie, you know? That I'm on coke right now, I wanna realize it's way too much sugar, bro. I like sugar and you're creeping me out. Just skip over that. I have not seen that. I haven't seen that one, Russell. Yeah, he's talking about that right now. But molecular decimation, wow, yeah. Gotcha. So he's basically saying the teleportation has filtered out the bad things in my molecularly speaking. But the baboon, why is the baboon the same and you're not? Wouldn't have done that. So that's why I think that yes, he's a really smart guy, but I do think that the fly is affecting everything in his life, right? He's just like a sex machine now, and then he's gonna start like decomposing. Um, and he like gets angry with her that she's like not can't be active enough for him and like all that, you know what I mean? He just can't get enough. Um, and now he's got like terrible skin, like he's just been doing meth for years or whatever. Um, but it's definitely the fly is clouding it all, yeah. It was the 80s though. It's true. He is acting like a total excuse me? It's like you got piano wire sticking out of you. Those are wild hairs. I've seen some dark hairs, but damn. I guess that's like one thing that I'm curious about and I'm like extra paying attention to on these last couple watches is does I don't know if he realizes until he sees the physical transformation. I think there's something about him that is so there's like that hubris there. He so badly wants to be right because the invention will change the world and like all that kind of stuff, right? So it's like there is that part of him that's like he just wants to believe, that what he's done is the greatest thing ever and that he's about to change the world and he literally, I mean, just told her that he's like become a king or a superman or whatever. Cut my new hairs. Now it's turned into like a religion, right? It- I hardly have to sleep anymore. It's like I'm not even human. This is amazing. And this is a really well played, the chemistry between the two actors. It's not all about the lovey-dovey stuff. It's, this is played really well too. And they both start damn, he's being really mean to her. Yeah. And it's like they've only known each other a couple weeks probably at this point, you know? 2, 3 weeks, it seems like. It seems very, very quick, right? I'm just yeah. He is just unreasonable. Yeah. Oh, it's you. Yeah, you're just can't penetrate beyond society's sick gray fear of the flesh. He is like totally unhinged. It's amazing. It is amazing. Why not, right? He's full fly. What has he got? His candy bar? Yep. Thank you for littering, doctor or scientist, whatever. But so what I was gonna say before he freaked out on her there. They both start the movie off so curious. Like, he's curious and he's doing everything with his experiments and all that. And then she's curious and trying to break her story. And then we find that they get to this point where he is, in the middle of his transformation. And she's starting to realize that, like, this is, even for me, who's a very ambitious person, that this is way beyond the pale. It is wild. Like, it almost seems like a parody the way that he delivered all that, Dude, I think your suspenders are like too close to each other. I think you need to like widen them out a little bit, bro. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Close enough. I mean, yeah, okay. Like, I'm not saying the dude isn't strong, Canadian bro, but he's also, his giant head is not from healthy eating. I mean, yeah, I've probably missed out on a couple pretty awesome moments, but the music throughout has been incredible. And here we're gonna get, he's like seeping out that, what is that, the like acid from his fingers? You'd think that he'd just be strong enough to break it anyway. Oh, so good, man. The Chris Wallace effects are so, that looks very disturbing and very real. Good God, y'all. Where did they shoot this? Is this in Canada? Did they shoot this in like Toronto? Oh, got some punks there. It's kind of cool. Seen some punks. There's still people that dress like that to this very day. Few more bars so you can get drunk, baby. All right, let's see where this was shot. Yep, Toronto. There we go. I could just tell by saying or looking and being like, well, it doesn't look like New York, but it looks close and it looks cold. Yeah, Toronto. All of it. Not one bit. Oh, wait, sorry, I was missing some of the, yeah, all of it, Toronto. Even in the studio, it was Cinespace Film Studios in Kleinburg, Ontario, so probably a suburb. Been filmed from December 1st, 85 to February 28th, 86. How about that? How about that? Shot it in They did shoot it in Sorry, I didn't say Toronto the right way. Tirana. There you go. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to fuck it up. There we go. We get a little bit of that Cronenberg, a little closer to nudity. We might get some real nudity here. I don't know. We'll see if you guys are lucky. So he's just teleporting for fun now? And he's like, I want you to. You could say that. His face, though, he's looking a bit like, a bit like a meth head here. That man, the makeup is so good. Booty. Little gold bloom booty. Take off, Hoser. Dad, Bob dropped your beer. He is so unreasonable. And it is like full on cult status. My gosh. So it sounds like there was a previous thing that Seth worked on that he got his money for. And then he's hired people to build like the lasers and everything. Be very afraid. There it is. That wide-eyed look. Oh my gosh. She's not even that disappointed, considering that, you know, like she's like sitting there just taking it. She's like, have a great night, Jamie. We'll see you next time around. Take care. Yeah, I mean, back in the 80s, they would never have done that, you know? But like, yeah, director, I could see that. You smell like poop. Yeah. The hairs, they're fly hairs, and you've been eating a bunch of sugar and you smell like feces. I don't know what to tell you, Seth. I think things are starting to go down for you. Yeah. No, it's not. Look at your fucking face, dude. So many movies, right? Yeah. I mean, Toronto is used for like as a stand-in for so many cities. I mean, yeah, New York, obvious one, but yeah. I mean, you know, Canada's made it so much more affordable for filmmakers to, you know, make their movies and studios to do what they got to do. Ugh. She's already preggers though, you know. It's just fly acne. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. All right, there we go. She's her and her Christmas scarf are just heartbroken, guys. They're just absolutely heartbroken. The transformation. Oh yeah. Guys, we're right about that hour mark here. So we're going to start seeing things are going to start getting pretty hardcore pretty damn quick here. There's no way that damn, that thing just like disintegrated into 1,000 pieces. I don't see why an electric thing would hurt his skin, but I guess if his skin is getting really like thin. Yeah, because I guess his human skin is like it's probably thinning. That's kind of alarming. Like your fingernail, if your fingernail comes off, it shouldn't not hurt. Oh god, with the pus. Fuck, this is so gross, but so awesome. I mean, this is why, like, when I was at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how I think this version of body horror is sort of like it's this deep in our brains. We think about getting older and our bodies kind of falling apart and stuff. And it's stuff like this, like pulling the nails out and the teeth and the ear. And It just is very like I'm sure many of us have had dreams where like stuff like that, your body starts like just falling to pieces. I don't know. It's just very like to me, it always movies like this, these body horror movies just make me think of my mortality and our ever changing bodies. It's like he goes in these waves where it's like now the scientist of him is able to think about it all. But the fly has been in charge for so long. I mean, I think the ending is just sad. Just I don't think it like to me, it doesn't matter much like whether or not they were like actually a couple because ultimately it's not even Jeff like at the very end. But I still think the ending is incredibly sad. Like he's got to wear gloves now, or else he's just gonna fall apart while he's typing. What is secondary element? This is like talking to AI now. He's like, "What is the secondary element?" And the computer's like, "Well, it's not you. Thanks for answering." Like, uh-oh, what was that thing? What was that thing that he didn't see it? By the way, don't put your finger in your mouth ever. Your teeth are gonna fall out and your nails. By the way, y'all, I'm here. I'm watching The Fly, watching Davey, and playing Goat Game with the kiddo. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Joe. You've seen this movie before, though, right? Damn, the realization that he is turning into a fly. He is fucked. So that's the thing. I mean, they find such a simple way to do it, right? And then you think about that and you're like, man, if they ever did create teleportation, that would be a legitimate concern of dealing with stuff like that. Microscopic, complex organisms that you would want to have, almost like you would need to set the machine to calibrate to like not recognize fusion. Yeah, at a molecular genetic level, that's crazy. I mean, that would probably kill you if something like that happened, I would imagine. Um, oh, and there's a little commercial break. By Menon. Nothing quite like a fade to black in a feature film, right? It's kind of an odd move. But yeah, I guess that in the real world, if they ever made teleportation, right, you would set the machine to not recognize a creature like under some sort of weight. You know what I mean? You'd be like only you would basically have the person sit in there and calibrate it just for like their features. So you only are moving them. Hell yeah, Paula. 4 weeks now. Okay. Damn. So it's been a month since all that happened, since he figured it out. Okay. So what we're probably looking at a couple months is when the story's told. 2 to 3 months is probably the time frame. Um, Society is gory and body horror. Yes, absolutely. I wish I enjoyed it a little bit more. I didn't dislike it. It didn't. I didn't walk away from Society being like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm so pumped I finally watched that. Like it was good, but it was pretty bizarre too. It's okay that it's bizarre. Some things are bizarre and they resonate with you, and some things are bizarre and they don't. And that for me, it's Society is one of them that doesn't quite much. Oh, okay. Here he's got his what? His a walker? No, a cane. Double cane. Damn, dude, that is wild. I would not wanna watch this movie on hallucinogens. I would start feeling like my fingernails were gonna pull off. Yeah, and he's still wearing the same clothes. Rebel Sky dropping in with a $2 super chat. One of our great channel members there says, Happy Fly 40th, Davey. I like both 1 and 2. Yeah, Rebel Sky, I need to watch 2. I think maybe I'll watch it later on tonight. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes me here. It's true. It would be like the episode of Tales from the Crypt, right, Tia? This makeup is incredible here. It's really, really seamless, you know? It is like the around the eyes around and the mouth. My teleporter turned her into a gene splicer. Brundle in a house. Her look of worry, you know. Bizarre form of cancer. Okay. I mean, really, it's it's crazy that he is hiding and everything, but it's almost like the world you would want the world to know, right? Yeah, but he could still get credit for this amazing, like the invention and the breakthrough is still like meaningful and still could like change quite a bit for the whole world if they perfect it. This is unfortunate. Yeah. I love that he like has the realization. That's disgusting. Oh, ear falling off. And the pus that's just like oozing out from everywhere. I feel like Geena Davis really is about to barf right now. Yeah, Russell, the arm wrestling scene was just about 10 minutes ago or so. Yeah. I guess the only way to help him, right, is you just put him out of his misery. Yeah. Well, man, Toronto has got such an old-timey look back there. This movie looks like in the background, it's like, what is that? The 1900 late 1800s? Although I see the cranes in the background, probably building some skyscrapers. Dude, this fucking guy, unbelievable. Yeah. Show me. Yeah, I don't know. Going to see him might be a bit of a. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that anthology is pretty all right. I think the show's way better. But they're like the Christmas episode is pretty, or the Christmas story in there is pretty good. It's Tales from the Crypt's good. It's too bad there's not like a real crypt keeper. Like the crypt keeper's pretty, just like a monk in a robe kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I love all those stories in there. I am a big fan of like, horror anthologies. Yeah. They got that spinning room from Nightmare on Elm Street, huh? They borrowed that one. He goes back and forth between being like sullen and depressed about it to embracing it, you know, embracing it and taking it to the nth degree. And Goldblum is doing great with the posturing, just like the whole way he looks. You know, using his eyes, like he's always been a really good actor with his eyes. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're becoming a 185-pound fly. Well, yeah, but you got to get on it before you completely turn into a monster. Mm-hmm. Got to do it for posterity. Again, if they remade it, he would have a YouTube channel, right? And this is what he'd be doing on YouTube. He'd be doing what do they call it? The eating stuff. What are those obsessive eating videos called? Mm. Oh my god, and the effects look incredible through the tape. So wet and gooey. Yeah, exactly, Tia. Exactly. Yeah. Fly mukbang. The older I get, the more the fly freaks me out. Yeah. It is, because it's all about that, the realization that you're just getting older and getting closer to death, honestly. So wait, how was he this? So she must be coming back from just another visit or something else. I don't know what's going on here, because the way it's edited is almost like she's coming back from that. Oh, that's what she just found out. Yes. Oh my God, we're gonna have to take a look at that. We have to make sure it doesn't look like a larva. Oh, well, it's 1986. What can I do? Damn. Well, guess you're gonna have to. Oh, you can see the CN Tower in the background. That's a Tirana giveaway right there. Big old boat cars from the 80s. Yeah, even though it's 86, it looks like it's 1960. It's wild. Well, yeah, I mean, if she got pregnant before, everything would just be fine, right? But we know that that's not really how it worked out. Yeah, Brundlefly could enter into the hot dog eating competition, you know? Ugh. Stuff looks painful too. Mm-mm. And they just let Duder in to help out. Wait, is that Cronenberg? Is the Dr. Cronenberg? That looks like David Cronenberg. I gotta check the IMDb. But first I gotta see the larva. Pure nightmare fuel. That is wild. That is such a great dream sequence. I love that. Was that Cronenberg? It is him. Okay. Thank you, Tia. There's something about I'm like, wait, is that him? And he was recently in Ready or Not too. He's also in Jason X. Yeah. Poor Ronnie. The Brundlefly Project. Oh, and the fingers are fusing together at this point. We are getting, like, we are approaching. I mean, we're 20 minutes away from the end of the movie. Yeah, this movie just hums. They've done something with his breathing where it's like going through this like little bit of like a purr kind of thing. Voice not recognized. Oh my God. Fucking A. Oh. Oh. And then all the teeth just go. Good God. I mean, you guys have had those teeth dreams. Have you ever had those teeth dreams? They're fucking crazy. That's why I'm so happy. I wear a retainer and I'm so happy because it prevents me from grinding my teeth and having those dreams where my teeth are shattering into pieces. It's just not fun. Your relics. Yeah, the script, the scientific stuff, and just the way he continues to talk like that. There's something so like he transforms and he changes, but there still is that bit of Seth in there. That you could see the big old black hairs there. The shadows, like the blinds making those shadows on Ronnie, those are really awesome. I love that. He's twitchy. She looks so frightened. Brundle Museum of Natural History. Oh, geez. Man, the costume, it's like a full body suit. It looks so good. I love the way that the lighting is like hitting her. There's like the hotter light from behind and she's being lit coolly from the front. And then he's just barely lit from the one side. It's just, man, that full body suit. This is great. Yeah. There it is, insect politics. It's a great speech. Yeah. Hmm. Can't trust him. The first insect politician. Yeah. I'm saying I'm a monster and you need to get away from me. Yeah. That line, man. The Howard Shore music swelling up and Geena Davis just bringing it with the emotion here. Yeah. It's so sad, and man, the music is I'm getting goosebumps just from the whole thing. Yeah. Man, it is just a heartbreaking tragedy even before the end of the film. Everyone's so into the movie, Tia, that they're just not chit-chatting. There you go. I've not seen that one, Russell. I don't think I have anyway. I think saw Graduation Day and, Cutting Cutting Class? What was it called? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, in Class of '84? Yeah. Does she know it happened after? Is that like, does she know for sure? Oh, and he fucking probably heard her with his super fly hearing. Yeah, hanging out like Batman on the roof. And we just get, there's something about it where this movie just has a like kind of an operatic sort of feeling to it as well. There's a little bit of that Hunchback of Notre Dame, and just I don't know, there's something about it. What's the story, Morning Glory? Yeah, the sound is great. Well, you are not the father. It's a fly's. The fly got her pregnant. Ronnie has a weird fetish that's insatiable. She likes deformed men. Yeah, well, true. And now you're just an incubator for the fetus. Don't do that. So I am like in the middle of the night in the '80s. So it must just be because Stathis is connected and very wealthy that he was able to just drag some guy out to a hospital and they just unlock the door and go in. Oh, jumping through the window like he's Jason fucking Voorhees. No, she doesn't put up much of a fight. I guess that suit probably wouldn't have held up, right? Damn. Looked like all that stuff was done in the studio, right? The fly jumping off the roof there, all that stuff in the hospital. Fly booty. Not too hairy, but the hairs are long and thick. The twitches are great. All of it. It's such a well done, like, love story tragedy. It's so good. Too bad I'm gonna make you have the baby. Yeah. Because he's a fly now. Yeah. You can't even help it anymore. You had that one warning and that was it. And here we go, guys. We are about to get to the wild finale here of The Fly from 1986. It has been awesome celebrating this one with you guys. I love this movie so very much. Any excuse to watch it, I'm pumped. And now, well, I'll have to watch the sequel and let you guys know what I think of that one. It's about to be a fly party. Oh yeah, he's like, I brought my gun in a case. Ooh, this is your first time, Paula. Way too cool. Yeah, it's about to get pretty awesome here, Paula. I mean, the effects are just gonna show off yet again. Been hanging out the whole time. I've got this coffee just sitting here that I've been ignoring. That's that's wild. The slugs go in top and bottom. I've not fucked around with shotguns really. He just acts like he understands how to use this computer just cuz. Come on. Come on. Oh, mhm. Mm, dude. He's got wild plans. Great use of lighting and shadows there up on the wall behind Stathis to indicate to the crowd or to the audience, that something's going on here. Yeah, he's wild. Oh shit. Oh, acid barf. That is awesome. Those effects are incredible. Big old pile of sinew. How would you? Yeah, I mean, you would just pass out, right? Mouth jizz. Now he's just got a nub. This is even worse, I think. This is so rough. Oh, god damn. Oh, the effects are so cool. I know it's just like simple science stuff, and just pops his foot right off. Just there you go. Don't worry about that anymore. Oh, and he's gonna finish the job. Or is he? She's just up in the attic. I'm just hanging in the attic. Just playing some video games up in the loft. Don't worry about me. Mister, get it out of me. You know that Mista lady? I think I just killed her. Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But it's probably going to happen pretty soon here. Yeah, you're going to help me by all of us fusing together. This is a while. Like his brain is thinking on a fly level now. It's just, the science brain is totally gone. The acting's incredible. And we'll just be a big old family, a big old glob. We'll all be mostly people, but kind of a fly. Like, that is ridiculous. I don't think he's thought this through. I don't think this passes the scientific method. I don't think this does. In T-minus 2 minutes. And then how did he get? So he built his own pod, or a third pod, right? Or was that the one that was always there just underneath a blanket? I think. Okay. Well, is that really how it would go? I just don't know. Here's the head splitting, Paula. We're at it right now. And Paula, what's going on is that there's a fly underneath it all emerging through him, like he's molting and showing his true form. So now we're finally at that point where we get this amazing showcase here of the lovely Chris Wallace effects here. And there we go. That shot right there. Ooh, the gooey, oozy eyes falling out. You know, that's what's up right there. And dude, full on Brundlefly is fucking incredible. This design is nuts. You just throw the pregnant woman around. This is just, you know, the treatment here. They so cleverly shoot all of this stuff. The fly looks so articulate here. John Getz is doing an awesome job with the acting, fluttering of the eyes. That is an incredible puppet or animatronic, probably. I mean, I guess in the right frame of mind, you could laugh at that. You know, I don't think it's what they're going for, but yeah, there's something kind of like absurd about it for sure. We've never seen that in a movie before. God, dude, the fly looks so good. Such a great, like, twitchy combination. Like, just a good, like, looks pretty realistic. Or, you know, some of the, I don't even know what to call it. Like what is the thing called that does all the puking and the eating and everything? There's a name for it, and I can't think of the body part. But just like how they work in those fly elements and then, you know, still make them so monstrously big like a human. Oh no. But what? It's just gonna end up. So why did nothing happen? Oh, because he shot the one thing that just disconnected it from hers. Gotcha. Okay. So then the fly is just going to be teleported the other one. Yeah. Like, sorry about your foot, bro. Yeah, dude, you lost a foot and a hand. Yeah. It is yucky. Well, it is fake. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it is not an actual human-sized fly. Oh, fusion of telepod and Brundlefly. It's hilarious. He's going to come out a mechanical fly. The music still amazing. The lighting. And this is just like the ultimate. It's just so sad. Like, he is a monster, but you feel so bad for him because it's just so tragic the way it all played out. Her life cost him an arm and a leg. It really did. A hand and a foot. Oh, barely alive. Ugh. And she just can't do it. She doesn't have the guts. And this is like the saddest little bit, man. He grabs the barrel and puts it right up to his head. Like the last little bit of humanity inside of him knows that it's time to go. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. There's just, even though they got this animatronic, there's still like, you still feel that humanity. Damn. And then he looks at her and he's like, she's crying over him, and I'm sitting here. I lost a foot, I lost a hand, and she's seriously still wants to like be with that guy. What the hell? All right. Well, and I guess she doesn't end up getting that, doesn't end up doing anything about the baby. And boom, just like that, the movie is over. Right when we hit that apex, that crescendo, they're just done. We're out of here. Man, what a movie. There it is, David Cronenberg, yeah, as the gynecologist. Oh, there we go. Get the music going there. Well, guys, there it was. The Fly from 1986, the David Cronenberg classic. Man, what an awesome body horror film. What a great tragedy. I don't know. I mean, we said it all. We said it all. Awesome performances, fantastic music, practical effects, just out of this world. What an amazing ride for 1986. Just like Sean G says right there, that movie is one hell of a ride. And they sort of get you in and get you out. Yeah, you know what I mean? There is still like there's an emotional weight there that's done so well. What's up, Davey in chat? My bad, I'm late. Love this movie. Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis are iconic. They absolutely are, Izzy. Welcome on in. Yeah, we just wrapped up with the film, but if you ever want to watch it again and watch it with some friends, you can scrub on back and check it out. Yeah, this one is great, guys. Holy cow, and we're at 2 hours, 17 minutes, a little bit of a long stream. I was late getting in, and I guess we're a little late getting out, huh? Guys, I will be live tomorrow for a chill Sunday hang. Now, usually it's chill Sunday horror hang. I'm sure we're going to talk some horror, but I do want to take a look. Like tonight, I'm going to take a look at the D23 stuff and take a look at those X-Men castings and dive in a little bit deeper, because really I only know about like Indy and Adam Driver, and I've seen some of the other names. Oh, Christopher Abbott. And then I've seen some of the other names, but with some of those younger performers, I don't really know who they are. So I'm going to dive into all that stuff and just sort of like, get an idea of how I'm feeling about it all. I know we usually don't talk the superhero stuff very much here on the channel, mostly horror, but I figure for a chill Sunday hang, that might be something that we want to have a chat about. And yeah, last night when I kind of reacted blindly to some of that stuff, I thought about it and I'm like, well, I still stand by some of it, but I don't know if I stand by all of it. And I thought I owe it to just the whole thing just to take a look and give it some more thought, and then maybe we can have a chat. So that's what I was thinking for tomorrow. So I'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed a super chat. We got Paula Fitzhenry with 4 super chats of $5, and Joe came in to help us reach that goal to watch the film. Jiggy dropped a 5, and we got Sean G dropping a 5 as well, and Rebel Sky with a $2. Thank you so very much, guys, for all the support, the super chats, just hanging out and talking this awesome movie with me. You guys have been amazing. This has been so much damn fun. You guys are beautiful. Love you all. Shout out to the Patreon members and the YouTube channel members and our Death Squad mods as well. And yeah, guys, I think I'm going to work on, I'm going to do my D23 thing, get this stream all set up, but I think I'm going to work on a couple other videos here too within the coming days as well. So keep an eye out. Thank you so much to everyone that checked out my Crystal Lake video. I thought it was dead on arrival. At the end of the first day, I looked at it and I was like, that video got like 160 views, like in the first 12 hours. And I was like, well, I guess I don't need to do any more pre-recorded videos anymore. And then I woke up the next day and it just like popped off in the middle of the night. And it just is continuing to do well. So thank you so very much to everyone that watched it, hyped it, dropped a comment, dropped a like, everything that you guys do. Like a lot of the free stuff that's just that easy to do helps the channel so very much. So thank you guys. It also helps me know what you guys care about, and then also what brings in other people. So I've got a follow-up on that Crystal Lake that I'm going to be putting together. That's I'm interested to see how that does. So anyways, keep an eye out for some more fun stuff. If you haven't seen my End of Oak Street review, it is in the shorts section over here, so check it out. And yeah, guys, this has been so much fun. Corey, I see you jumping on in. We are just wrapping up, man. I know. Doesn't it suck when that happens? But you could always scrub on back if you want to watch The Fly with us, and or you can jump into the comments and let me know what you think of this amazing movie that man, I love it so much. Guys, if you have not checked out Wilkie's Movies and Music, go ahead and check out Corey's channel. Hopefully you guys have all subbed there already. I feel like I've been giving Corey the shout outs. Got to get our guy to 1,000 subs. Let's go, people. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so very much. Once again, I will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk some X-Men casting, and we'll talk whatever else you guys want to talk. But until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.